Happy Monday, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on Zoom, and we can share what we did this weekend. All right, so our first step is to get into RazKids and find your name. Password is LEAP, L-E-A-P. Click on My Assignment. Okay, here we go. Today's story is going to be Leopard, Ram, and Jackal. All right, so our learning goal for today is to identify the problem that the character is having. Okay, so characters in stories often have a problem, and that's what makes the stories interesting. And then they have different ways to solve the problem. This is an African folktale retold by Elliot K. Stone. Now, you guys are very aware that animals are characters, right? And we know that animals can't talk like people, but in this story they do, but it's a folktale, so it's not true. All right, let's get started. Leopard, Ram, and Jackal. One day, Leopard went out hunting. He came upon Ram's house. Leopard was a great hunter, but he had never seen Ram in his life. Leopard was a little afraid of him. He went to Ram and said meekly, "Good day, friend. Who might you be?" "I am Ram," said Ram in a gruff voice. "Who are you?" "I am only Leopard," said Leopard softly. Leopard was so scared he ran straight home. As soon as Leopard got home, he went to Jackal. Jackal's house was close by. All right, so Leopard was scared of Ram. Do you think that's going to be the main problem of the story? Let's read on and find out. "I had such a fright," panted Leopard. "I saw such a fierce fellow. He had a large head, terrible horns, and a rough voice. He said his name was Ram." All right, so we know Leopard. Who was Leopard talking to? And he said it on the page before. Whose house was he going to? That's right, Jackal's house. "How foolish you are," Jackal laughed. "Ram cannot hurt a flea, and his meat is juicy and sweet. I thought you were a hunter. Tomorrow we shall go and eat him." All right, so their plan is to go and eat the ram the next day. So we notice that Jackal's not scared of the ram, right? Leopard, if you look at Leopard's face, he's feeling afraid. Leopard was still afraid. He wanted to seem brave, so he said he would go. The next day, Jackal tied Leopard to his leg with a string. This way, Leopard could not run away. Okay, so do we think we have identified a problem here? That Leopard is scared of Ram and Jackal is not scared of Ram, and Leopard is going to go even though he really doesn't want to. Let's see how this all pans out. Ram saw the two friends as they came to the top of the hill. Ram ran into his house. "Wife, what shall we do?" he asked. "Jackal and Leopard are both after us." Okay, so now Ram's problem is that Leopard and Jackal are about to go after them. "Have no fear," said his wife. "Take our child in your arms and go outside. Pinch her to make her cry as if she were hungry." What do you think? Why do you think the wife wants the ram to take the baby out? Right, maybe having that baby there might make Leopard and Jackal not attack him. We'll find out. Ram took the child and did as he was told. He stepped outside just as Leopard and Jackal arrived. Now we have all of our characters here. As soon as Leopard saw Ram, he grew afraid. He pulled back, but Jackal jerked the string. "Come on," he said. "He cannot hurt you." So we can see clearly that Leopard is still very afraid. Ram saw Leopard's fear, and he pinched the child. The child began to cry, and Ram said in a rough voice, "Jackal, you have done well. You have brought us the leopard to eat. You are just in time. My child is crying for food." These words were more than Leopard could stand. He leaped away and began to run, dragging Jackal with him. Leopard ran up and down hills, through bushes and under rocks. He did not look back until poor Jackal was bruised from head to toe. And that is the end. So a lot happened there that I hope you caught. So when he brought the baby out, we learned that Jackal brought the leopard so that they could actually eat the leopard, right? And the leopard just ran away, and Jackal got all bruised up. All right, and I earned some stars. All right, boys and girls, the next step is going to be to take the quiz. And as usual, I'm going to help you with it, and we'll go through this together. Here we go. Our first question has to do with our objective, right? About how characters have a problem. What was Leopard's problem in this story? A, he wanted to eat Ram. B, he was afraid of Ram. Or C, he didn't like Ram's child. Well, we know what Leopard's problem was, right? He was afraid of Ram. That's what most of the story was about. Why did Jackal tie Leopard to his leg? A, because Leopard was afraid and might try to run away. B, because Jackal ran fast and could get to Ram quickly. C, because Leopard could get lost without Jackal's help. All right, I would like you guys to come up with this one. Let's eliminate one that it can't be. So let's see. Jackal is tying Leopard to his leg. Which one would not make sense here? I'm going to go with, let's take out B, because Jackal ran fast and could get to Ram quickly. Well, that's not really going to work, because if you're tying him to your leg and you think you're going to run fast and the leopard's not running fast, he's just going to be dragging him. So it's either going to be A, he's afraid that leopard's going to run away, or that he might get lost without his help. Which event happened at the beginning of the story? So I'm going to click on the story and just go to the beginning. One day, Leopard went out hunting. He came upon Ram's house. Leopard was a great hunter, but he had never seen Ram in his life. All right, so the first thing that happened was he saw Ram and he was scared of him. So let's see if that could be one of our answers here. A, Leopard saw an animal he had never seen before. B, Leopard saw an animal who was an old friend. Or C, Leopard saw an animal he wanted to eat. All right, guys. Now, the tricky thing with this question is it doesn't say Ram. It just says animal. So as Leopard was walking, he came upon Ram's house, but he had never seen Ram before. So it has to be A. Number 4. Which event happened just before Leopard ran away with Jackal? So Leopard ran away with Jackal at the end of the story. Okay? So which event happened right before the leopard ran off? A, Ram ran into his house. B, Ram saw Jackal and Leopard arriving. Or C, Ram said that his child was hungry. All right, guys, you're going to figure this one out. If you need to, just go back in the story. You got this. And our last one, which word means the opposite of foolish? So foolish means like silly, okay? If somebody calls you a fool, they mean that you're acting silly, okay? So what is the opposite of silly? Is it scared? No, that's not the opposite of silly. B, silly? That's definitely not the opposite. C, wise. The answer is C, wise. All right, and then you hit done. All right, boys and girls. So make sure you get your assignment done. And then next up is science. And we'll be reading about a bear, and you'll be writing a fiction story about a bear. So fun assignments coming, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.